Bespoke. What does the word mean? What's it all about? Bespoke comes from the English term to be spoken for, usually associated with the upper class and aristocracy in England. They were spoken for constantly, and that's where the word originates. Today, people use the word bespoke. I automatically assume that they're referring to the age-old tailoring traditions that originated 200 years ago. Crafted for gentlemen, about bringing products that men buy today that have heritage and have a real story, with people who are specialists at what they do and have years of experience. All of us tend to focus on the ingredients, on the quality, and on the skill, because certainly there's an inherent love of things that are specially crafted. When a craftsman or a master blender has been practicing his craft for years to create a suit which is meticulously cut, or a whiskey that's recognizable in character, both are actually being crafted for the man who cares about what goes into products that make them so unique. Bespoke suits are made because of specific needs. For example, complement a natural posture, satisfy a particular purpose, or to please someone's desire to be different. All of us differ slightly from the regular off-the-rack sizes. Made to measure is definitely not bespoke. A made-to-measure suit is cut from an existing block pattern, say a 50 regular, to which then certain measurements are taken into account and then adjusted to cut the garment to suit your frame. A bespoke suit is cut from a pattern drawn especially for you, where everything is taken into account, and it's done from scratch so that the finished product fits your frame faultlessly. Do your shoulders stoop? Is one arm longer than the other? How do you stand naturally? If you stand more erect, or are you slightly hunched? Even details like your arm ratio and the way you carry yourself are taken into account. Special attention is given to your personality, lifestyle demands, the world around you, and especially your individuality, so that the drape of your jacket is perfection itself. Details which are usually painstakingly handmade are the distinguishing features of the bespoke crafted pieces. Every tiny detail can be customized, and with the finest English and Italian fabrics on hand, anything is achievable. There's nothing quite like the feeling of putting on a suit specially created for you, one that has been worked on for hours to perfect every detail so as to achieve an impeccable garment. It takes years or weeks to make something special. By law, spirits cannot be called Scotch whisky until they're matured in Scotland for at least 3 years. Most whiskies we consume are matured for much longer, because the things that really matter are the things worth waiting for. We are proud of the fact that we take 6 to 8 weeks to deliver your bespoke suit. Be it a bespoke suit or a well-aged whiskey, certain things have to be matured properly. How does one order a bespoke suit? What does it entail? How many stages are involved? I'm often asked this question. Savile Row in London is where I believe it all started. In fact, the Japanese word for suit, which is sabiro, some believe originated from this famous street. Legend has it that a dignified Japanese man came over to Savile Row in London and ordered a suit, told people back in Japan and the word Sabiro was born. First thing we do when a customer comes in for a suit is we show them the different ranges of fabrics available. One of the most important things is choosing the right fabric. Fabric is the foundation of your suit, so take your time and choose carefully. Whether you want a bold stripe, a plaid, a herringbone, or even a regular solid color, we will have enough options to show you. Wool suits can be worn all year round depending on the fabric's density. It's usually reflected in the so-called super number, which I'm sure most of you have heard of before. Two things. First, the super number denotes the fineness of the individual fibers. The higher the number, the thinner the fabric, and the smoother and silkier the cloth. The finest wool is worsted wool, with a high thread count, or super as it's known in tailoring. The finest super has a 200 or a 250 thread count, but it's extremely delicate and sometimes very difficult to handle. The other two aspects to consider are the grammage per meter and the micron count of your fabric. Spend time in getting this right. The next step in the process is determining the style of suit that you're going for. That's what the stylist team is here to do. They discuss the best options for your body type, as well as your work environment or the event that you're going to wear the suit for. Never think of your suit as a uniform. It should be designed to make you look impressive and should be worn with individual flair. A suit should improve your posture as it will give you structure, so stand tall but not to attention. The next step in the process is taking the measurements. We take into consideration every aspect of your body, your torso to leg ratio, your height, the build, your shoulder shape, the way your shoulders curve, do they move forwards, do they move backwards, do they droop? We mark all of that. Every single millimeter counts in this process. Our tailoring tradition relies on canvas instead of industrial fusing because it makes for a softer construction and allows the jacket to move with the body. This process involves a much higher level of comfort to ensure that you enjoy your bespoke suit every time you wear it. During your first fitting, your suit will be mostly finished and you and your stylist will begin work on fine-tuning it. We usually just focus on the details of how it falls and other aspects of how to make your suit look sharp. During your last fitting, your stylist will focus on the final touches needed to perfect the look of your suit. A suit that fits perfectly should create a sleek, streamlined silhouette that fits beautifully in all the right places. One of the most important aspects is the shoulder. You want to discuss with your tailor that the shoulder should not be hanging off your natural shoulder. It should be symmetrical. It shouldn't be too tight. Suit shoulders should hug your own and appear neat. The next thing is your chest. If you're able to ball up your fist in the jacket, then it's too big. If it's too big, it's going to make you look overweight. It's going to make you look slumpy, and we don't want that. We also don't want the other extreme of it being too tight. When you button it, if it creates a pucker, it looks like you're trying to fit inside of the jacket instead of the jacket fitting you. The next step in having your suit jacket fitted is the length. It can either be long, regular, or short. If you're below 5'5", you want to be wearing a short jacket. If you're 5'5" to 5'9", your jacket length will be regular. Many modern suit jackets only sit an inch or so below the cuff. The length of the jacket should be proportional to your height. It should reach the halfway point between the ground and the top of your jacket's collar. With the sleeve length, but you want to be able to show a little cuff underneath your suit. Simply ask for your sleeves to be done in a manner so that at least half an inch of your shirt sleeve is showing. This elongates the arm, which makes your arms look longer, which in turn makes you look taller and thinner. Now moving on to your trousers. Trousers need to fit correctly at 3 points: on the waist, on the thigh, and the leg length is very crucial. You want the waist to be comfortable, not too tight, and not bulging across the waist. You want the pockets to sit flat and never bulge out either. The length. The break is simply how long your trousers are. You can have a full break You can have a medium break, or you can have a short break, or no break at all. As a general rule, turn-ups don't suit the line of a single-breasted suit. If you're a shorter man, I recommend you go with short or no break. It'll make you look taller. If you're a taller man, I recommend you go from a medium to a full break. There are years of craftsmanship distilled in every suit I make, much like every measure of Chivas 18. The craftsmanship that goes into maturing a great whiskey or putting a great suit together, it's those subtleties, those nuances that matter. Whether it's a well-blended whiskey or a well-fitted suit, both arts require craftsmanship, which is developed over time, matured and executed to perfection. Together we represent everything that's great about craftsmanship, and that's where we work in perfect synergy with Chivas 18.